Welcome back to Studio 701.
After an incredibly contentious political season, many people are ready for a break.
That being said, differing political beliefs aren't going away anytime soon.
So how do you talk to your kids about it? Well, that's what we ask our parent panel.
Welcome to Zoom Parent Panel. Yay! Okay, so we are talking about the election is over now, but a lot of vitriol surrounding politics is probably going to continue for a while and has certainly been leading up to the election. So if you guys could just one by one talk to me about how you navigate that conversation with your kids who, do they hear stuff at school? Do they bring it up at home? How do you talk about politics with them and or just kind of being nice to others?
We haven't talked a lot about it. And it just it's not been on like when the boys are watching. So I don't think that they have any idea. But a friend of mine made a comment about how her son had something like pro one person was like, yeah, like I want so-and-so to win, right? And it was the same person that, of course, that my friend is voting for, right, or voted for. But she had a conscious thought, like, well, I don't want my son just to follow suit. Like, I want him to make choices on his own and be able to decide. It made me think, like, like how much of what we say and do that's so one way, how do we show them how to think for themselves and choose for themselves later on down the road? And so I don't really have, that's not really, I don't know if that's answering your question or not, but it just was an interesting thought that we had talked about.
Mariah, let's move on to you. What have your little ones, your little boys thought of or heard about or talked about?
Well, my oldest little boy, who's 7, so he's in first grade, they came home with they got to pretend vote in class, and he only refers to the candidates. I'm trying not to say who, he voted for or whatever, because it was who the family voted for as well. So we were like, well, that's great. You're one of our family kind of thing. And because we talk about it, my husband especially, and we don't want him to just be fed, to vote like his parents vote, but also to think about things in practical sense. Okay, well, what does this policy, what does that possibly mean? What would that mean for you? Even though it's kind of hard to put those into words to a 7-year-old, well, what's that going to mean for you? But we can put it into words of well, what does that mean for our family and the work that your dad does and that sort of thing. So we try and be open with him, but not showing him the debates, because those were just not a great representation of what we wanted him to see. So.
I know, April, you and Archer really love the debates, right?
Oh yes, popcorn, peanut M&Ms. It was a great show. It was a great movie. We had the debates on, and Archer walked in from playing with dinosaurs, and he saw it. And we were hiding under our little pillow fort, and he just asked a really good question. He said, "Mommy, why are those guys arguing with each other? Why are they yelling with each other?" And it was a great moment for us to say, these guys don't see eye to eye. They don't agree on a lot of things, and I tried to use it as a moment for our 5-year-old to understand that we don't want to create a culture in our house of us versus them. And so after our 5-year-old catching that on TV, we just said, what do you think? Did they treat each other with respect? Were they kind? And he's like, no, Mommy. And I'm like, yeah, no. And so it's hard, but I think what I try to reflect on and come back to is that our kids are watching us. They're listening to us. Young people are listening to the adults in their lives, and they're trying to figure out, what do I believe about this? Where do I stand on this? And that causes me to pause before I say anything.
Great conversation. Now, this has been Parent Panel, and it's so fun getting to speak with them all the time. And we are working on getting a Parent Dad Panel.
Yes.
Or Manel.
Yep, the Parent Manel.
So look forward to that coming up. Also, coming up next, we have our Smile Up